So, Bullet Train is a new action comedy directed by David Leitch, and it stars an ensemble cast that includes Brad Pitt, Brian Tyree Henry, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Joey King, amongst a plethora of others. Brad Pitt plays a character that is sent on this train to grab this briefcase. However, after a couple of things happen, he realizes that he may not be the only one on this train trying to get this case. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Bullet Train.
Excellent!
I was really looking forward to this movie. I'm a fan of David Leitch's work. I loved his work on Deadpool 2, and I really liked what he did on not only Atomic Blonde, but also Hobbs and Shaw. I went into this film very excited, sat down, and I'm happy to say that not only did I have a great time with Bullet Train, but oh my god, I had an awesome time with this movie. All the performances are great. Brad Pitt is great, Brian Tyree Henry is great, Aaron Taylor Johnson is great, Joey King is great. I have two standouts in this movie, and it's not Joey King or Brad Pitt, even though Brad Pitt is great at his reformed assassin that's trying to do things a new way, which brings some great comedic time in this movie. I mean, there are some lines, and there are some things that he does that had me laughing so hard. But honest to God, guys, my main two standouts in this movie were Brian Tyree Henry and Aaron Taylor Johnson. These two characters were something out of a Guy Ritchie film. The banter, the jokes, the dialogue they shared between each other. There were multiple times where their dialogue had me laughing my ass off. There was a running gag in this film between the two of them that is a constant joke in this movie, and the way they keep bringing it up is not only I thought was quite brilliant, but the way that Brian Tyree Henry brings this up. There is one part where I was laughing so damn hard. Every time these characters were on screen, I could not get enough of them. And I'm not even joking with you guys. And I know other reviewers have said this, but I'm just going to say this because I agree with them. If they made a spin-off film with these two characters, like a prequel film, I would be there day one because these characters were just that entertaining. Let's talk about the action sequences. Holy crap, the action in this movie is just insane is the word I'd use. The action is over the top. It's pretty ultra violent. David Leitch finds that balance of ultra violence, over the topness, if that's even a term, without going a little too much. Although, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, there are times where the action does go a little over the top to the point where I cannot deny this. You do have to check your brain at the door, but trust me guys, this is one of those movies where it just wants you to have a good time and a fun ride. Pun totally intended, and did I have a fun time? Abso-freaking-lutely. It's over the top in a good way, it's kinetic, it's intense, and there are some fights that just made me go like, whoa! Not just the action sequences, but the cinematography in general in Bullet Train is glorious. The neon colors bounced off the screen, and by the way, I do recommend seeing this on an IMAX screen because those colors bounce out so well. Something else I want to talk about for Bullet Train is the story. I do have to keep details vague because if I were to say any more, it would go into spoilers because let me tell you guys right now, there are some really, and I mean really fun moments, and there's something else I will mention coming up next. The story of Bullet Train takes some nice turns, twists, there's some great moments in the film, and there are a couple moments in particular I just went, holy shit! There are some cameos in this movie, and the cameos in this movie are brilliant, and there is one in particular that my jaw dropped.
Well, that's just fucking great!
It is an awesome time, but I have issues with this one. The story of the movie, it tries to be this really clever, twisty, turny type of mystery, and the movie isn't nearly as clever as it thinks it is. There's a couple of times where you may think it's gonna go where it's gonna go, and you might be right. The storytelling is fun, but at the same time, it tries to do things that I guarantee you may have seen in other films like Bullet Train. The first 20 minutes, it feels like it takes a while to get that train going. Pun totally intended right there. But once that train zips on, that is when it is a lot of fun. They introduce a couple of characters in this movie that you think are going to have this big importance to the plot, and do not get me wrong, while certain characters are introduced that do have this big footprint on the plot, at the same time, There are a couple of characters in this movie that once they're brought in, basically things were cut pretty short.
Here we go.
So overall, not only did I have a great time with Bullet Train, I had an awesome time with Bullet Train. This movie is essentially Snatch meets John Wick. There's a fun story, snappy dialogue, great characters, beautiful cinematography, killer action, and it's just a kinetic ride with some issues. All in all, I had an awesome time with Bullet Train, and I'm gonna give Bullet Train a 4 out of 5. Guys, go to this movie and just have a great time. So comment down below and let me know. Have you guys seen Bullet Train? What did you all think? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat, so if y'all want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the username in the description below. I hope y'all enjoyed my review of Bullet Train. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for when my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see it in my previous 2 reviews, please click the right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I'll see you all next time.